Good evening. How you doing? This is Dr. Ed Gray doing my thing, chilling, looking at the news. Just got through coming back voting. And I hope you guys went out and voted. The runoffs are here. It's time to go ahead and get the vote out. So I wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you to talk to you about over on the Republican side of the ballot. Donald Trump has just recently endorsed Ken Paxton to be the new senator. Yep, Attorney General Ken Paxton, the same one that was impeached. Well, what difference does it make to Donald Trump? He's been impeached twice. Donald Trump can do anything twice as good as the next person. So Ken Paxton already knows that. But now this gives us an opportunity to go ahead and talk to you about Ken Paxton. I'm not here to talk about anything about his personal life. I don't care about that. I'm not here to say anything about his personal life. You can look it up yourself. I'm not going to say anything about this man's personal life. You can look it up yourself. Not going to do it. So you're not going to have me go down that rabbit hole of talking about this man's personal life. But what I will do is I will talk about his public life. The public life in which he has did the following things. And I just want to stick to one thing that just stands out. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and mention the fact that his Islamophobic self has went and made a target of every Muslim in the state of Texas. I'm not going to say that because you probably don't care about that because you're probably a God-fearing Christian. Yeah, I said that. But what I will say, though, is that this guy's an insurrectionist. An insurrectionist meaning that on January 6th, he incited a riot at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., which tried to overturn the election of Joe Biden. That alone, to me, disqualifies him to become senator. But that alone qualifies him to become senator if the person that is going to give the endorsement is Donald Trump. So now, what does that lead us? It leads us now in the fact that Donald Trump has now and probably will influence who is going to be the nominee in the state of Texas. And it will probably be, ta-da, it will probably be Ken Paxton. And I'm so happy. I like to see President Trump get what he wants in a bad kind of way. That being said, I'm glad that Ken Paxton will be the nominee. Oh, too bad, Senator Cornyn, you did a great job. A great job because twice you carried Trump's water, and then each time that he was up for impeachment, you voted not to convict. That was good. See where it got you? Got you nowhere. And then just past week, you talked about renaming US 287 to Interstate 47 and making it Donald Trump Interstate. Well, that's pretty good too. But see where it got you? Didn't get you nowhere. Cornyn is a decent, honorable man. Conservative, too much for my taste, but still yet. Decent and honorable. But in those two instances, he chose politics over honor. Well, see where it got you. Now is an opportunity that Texas has to make a stand. And it'll make a good stand or a bad stand. And frankly speaking, I like to stand at Donald Trump too. Nominate Ken Paxton, and then Ken Paxton will go against James Tallarico. And we'll see what happens then. Because Ken Paxton is a flawed candidate, endorsed by a flawed president. My only hope and prayer is that Texas isn't just as flawed. That being said, back to the grindings of making sure that we get our people out to vote. Take care.